Yes, Yunus, you can begin.
Okay, so good evening, friends. BBF is again come up with a webinar and some insights of regarding FATCA, CRS and KRA with KRA agencies. So we have speakers today from KRA, Carvi, NSC, KRA, CAMS and NDML. So there will be a presentation followed by the Q&A session where we will be understanding about the KYC registration, FATCA CRA related topics. So I request all the speaker. First of all, I thank all the speakers to give their time and basically take this topic to our members. Now I would like to hand over and I would like to request Ms. Colette DeMello to start the presentation. So, Ms. DeMello, over to you, please.
Yes, thank you. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Colette DeMello, the Senior Manager at National Stock Exchange of India. I would like to thank BSE Brokers Forum for giving us all KRAs the opportunity to conduct this webinar, and also to you all participants for your time. So I will just share my screen. Let me know when it's visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, thank you. A basic agenda for today's webinar would be the centralized mechanism on demise and FATCA, key achievements of KRA, and what's next in pipeline for our KRA development. So we'll start up with this introduction. As you know, KRAs are regulated by SEBI, KYC KRA Regulations 2011. The purpose of KRAs is to bring uniformities in the securities market and to store and maintain the KYC information of all investors. These regulations require intermediaries to make efforts to verify the identity, suitability, and risk involved. So we'll go on to the next slide. So this talks about the centralized mechanism for demise. The circular was issued by SEBI on October 3rd, 2023. The motive of the circular was basically for reporting and verification in case of demise of an investor. This was basically to prevent the creation of unclaimed assets in securities market and to smoothen the process of transmission in the securities market. So either this reporting, how it is to be done by the REs to the KRAs, either the joint holder, the nominee, or the legal representative, which is termed as a notifier in KRAs, can share the death certificate of the deceased investor and PAN or the other OVD as POI of the notifier. RE will have to validate the death certificate and supporting documents and upload the same onto KRA system. On receipt of this intimation from the KRA, other KRAs will communicate transmission to respective stakeholders. Then the KRAs will review and update KYC modification status and disseminate the information to other REs. Such KRAs are also to report to the MIS. So the important information what we KRAs are looking on, what the RE should transfer to us is the demise of the investor, is the demise date, important thing, then the death certificate number, the state of demise, the notifier name, the notifier mobile number, notifier address, notifier POA type, and the number. These are the important things what we are looking the RE should report to KRAs. So KRAs process the demise modification request on T plus next working day. KRAs follow steps for verification like document check. Either the document is verified through online mechanism or original CNAN verified if the stamp is visible. Informing SRIs mapped with the KYC record by either the email or unsolicited feed. Then, in some cases, the notifier is also involved by contacting them. So prior to Jan 2024, a certain set of information was required, like only the death certificate and the transmission form was required. But post Jan 2024, after the SEBI circular was issued, there was additional documents which were to be submitted to the KRAs. So these includes the due diligence certificate, the death certificate, the notifier proof of address. So all these three things are required while you're intimating to the KRAs. So this is the due diligence letter. Basically, we are looking out for this format. So the due diligence report has to be in this format. So the TAT and TAT for verification. So demise verification in case of any discrepancies, the record is placed on hold and SRIs are required to clear such discrepancy within T plus 2 working days, or else the record is rejected by the KRAs. Also, if there is no document uploaded by the institutions, then this case is rejected by KRAs in T plus 1 day. So this is how the stats looks in from Jan 1st to 31st of March, post the SEBI circular was issued. We received around 9,298 cases in first 3 months. Post that in the financial year 2024-2025, we received around 81,413 cases. Also, we have integration with DigiLocker. So DigiLocker system will update the status of the demise of its users from verified information on the demise and the death certificate of the investor, which is available in the KRA system. But for this mechanism to go forward, we require all the institutions to upload the additional data fields onto the KRAs. These data fields include the death certificate number, date of demise, and the name of the state in which the death certificate was issued. So it's very important for the institutions to report these cases onto KRAs. So we move forward with FATA. So SEBI has issued this circular to upload the FATCA and CRS certifications obtained from the clients onto KRAs in the month of Feb 2024. For individuals, this certification was implemented onto KRAs on 1st of August 2024. And then for non-individuals, it was recently implemented in April 16th, 2025. So this is the process of FATCA and CRS to be updated onto the KRA platform. It can be updated via the fresh KYC or through a modification request. The SRIs are also requested to upload the legacy data onto the KRAs. So these are the details for individuals: the country of residency, tax exempt flag, tax identification number if applicable. Non-individual, these are the set of things required, like the country of residency, tin type, tax exempt flag, tax identification number if applicable. Then also, if the tax residency other than India is via no document is required. Same way it's for non-individual. If it's yes, the FATCA CRS form is to be submitted. If it's no, no documents are to be submitted. Then we'll just see a flashback of what are the achievements done by the KRAs in FY 24-25. First was the implementation of device reporting to REs. Then there was an integration with the DigiLocker for demise reporting. The third one was acceptance of the SURSI form in KRAs. Then there was validation portal available for KRAs to investors and facilitating conversion from registered to validate status on the portal. Then there was deactivation of legal entities struck off by the MCA. Then there was FATCA reporting of individuals and non-individuals. And then delinking of KYCs by REs. So now let's see what is next in pipeline, what the KRAs are proposing to do. First is the UBO declaration. For non-individual clients, we're planning to do this UBO declaration and upload the same onto KRA systems. Then the balance sheet upload. The audited balance sheet will have to be uploaded onto the KRA platform for non-individual clients. And the shareholding pattern, including the list of those holding controls, either directly or indirectly in the companies, have to be uploaded and submitted to the KRAs. So this is from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other panelist would like to add something?
See, basically, many people beforehand only, I would like to say that whatever we are coming up with the upload of ultimate beneficial owner or shareholding pattern or the balance sheet. So basically, many people would have questions in their minds that what would happen if somebody doesn't do, if some of their non-individual clients don't do this. So basically, see, this is a facility what is getting live or going being developed and going live from all KRAs. It is already in the pipeline, and you will be getting a uniform circular on it. Basically, with respect to the ultimate beneficial ownership or shareholding pattern or the balance sheet, which would make it clear. Secondly, per se, there is if there is any penal action or not, that's something you need not worry about as of now. So important is that you make your non-individual clients compliant by updating the data to KRA on a regular or periodic basis. So that's the idea. Because like we had earlier sessions or webinars with the market participants, so this question has come up. So I just wanted to, I mean, highlight on this because see what's next is something because that deals with non-individuals who are big clients for all the intermediaries. So there is no penal action or something which is coming up, but then you need to make them fall and comply with it. So that's the only thing which I would like to add. Yeah, I think Ujjwalji, we can move for this or how it is.
Sir, we can start taking questions from audience if you allow.
Yeah, so basically, can I take the first question from Mohammad Irshad, which is in the chat, Q&A
Yes, sir.
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I will pass on to the other of my fellow colleagues from other KRS. So I will take a question from Viral Shah. Viral Shah, Viralji is saying if it is wrongly demise reported by any intermediary, after that related intermediary did the KYC by IPV and want to update the KRA status, and if it is not updated by the respective KRA, then what we can do? So this question is, I mean, very, I mean, this question is very relevant that Viralji is asking that there is a demise which got reported to a KRA. So first thing is when a demise is getting reported to KRA, any of the KRA system, it is through a modification request. So whenever there is a modification request, definitely the respective KRA with whom that PAN of the demise holder is held. So that KRA has to do the due diligence, check whether really that demise it has happened, the all the documents are in order, and after such due diligence is done by the respective KRA where the KYC record is held, then only that PAN gets deactivated in KRA system. And definitely after such deactivation, such PAN is reported to all stock exchanges and board depositories on a daily basis by all KRAs. Now, what happens that here in this case, if you are saying that there was a wrong demise, so in first, the scrutiny of the KRA, this demise reporting or this demise modification request would get rejected bluntly. I mean, if there is a demise of the demise documents are not in order, we are unable to verify the demise details what are uploaded. So definitely this modification would get rejected. So there is no downside for you. Definitely that PAN would remain active or whatever KYC registered or KYC validated. But then if at all you have come up with a scenario wherein the KRA process has got, I mean, really the KRA has missed out on something, or probably the KRA has erroneously deactivated the PAN, though the investor has not demised. Okay, so then you can always write to the KRA for reactivation of such PAN, and also such reactivation of the PAN will be reported to the stock exchange and depositories. So that is not a problem. So any deactivated PAN erroneously done by any KRA due to the recent demise can be reactivated definitely, and that mistake can be rectified, and the respective KRA will report to the all stock exchanges as well as board depositories. So I think if any of my other fellow colleagues from KRAs would like to add up something, they can, or they can go take the next question. Santosh, Sekharji, anybody of Mr.
No,
Mohammed?
Prashant, you are giving the right answers. There's not an issue.
Yeah, just to add, only thing is if there is a delay in attempting to correct the wrong demise reporting, there is a possibility of based on the demise propagation that has happened, several investments would have been communicated with respect to transmissions and things like that. That is the only point which people need to take care and ensure proper quality check is done before reporting.
Santosh, you would like to take the question from Mr. Mohammad Irshad in the chat box, in the Q&A box.
First one. This one. Yeah. Getting the particular details of legacy data. For the entire legacy from the particular. Yeah, that Mr. Mohammad Irshad question is FATCA details of legacy data. Do we need to upload the entire KYC form or only FATCA? And the UBO declaration form will be required to be uploaded. In case of existing data, okay, we are already give the functionality to all entity where they can upload only FATCA details. Where wherever they have the FATCA as a Y, they provide the FATCA details, all required details also, as well as the supporting documents. Okay. And for the UBO declaration, at present for UBO declaration, there is no functionality available at KRA. So if they still want to update the UBO declaration, they can make the modification and submit the document under the without supported document facility in the civil KRA. And other KRA also accepting that same way.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ji, you would like to take a question from Sunita ji, or shall I move?
I will take that.
Yeah, please take Sunita ji ka question. Sunita Vishwakarma.
Just a minute. Suppose if client incorporated did in Jan 25 and client not able to submit balance sheet, then what document need to be submitted instead of the balance sheet? Here we always asking one declaration on their own company letterhead that is a company has incorporated in 25, okay, and there's no balance sheet available at the moment, and subsequently if they had the balance sheet they can submit the subsequent year, okay. So that declaration is enough for processing of KYC. That is our answer. Am I right, or any view anyone has a
In
different?
in addition to this, if the qualified auditors of the corporate is also providing a declaration, that would also suffice in terms of balance sheet being reported after a current financial year later.
Yeah, correct. So Santosh has said the declaration, as well as Patricia has mentioned that there is a certificate from a qualified CA stating that an annual account should be submitted in March 2026 once ready. So that should suffice. The first annual accounts, right? Patricia, that's what you intend to.
Yes, sir. That is
Okay,
what
okay.
I
And
mentioned.
then I mean,
Sup-
even with this, they can provide the shareholding pattern. Nothing stops them from providing the shareholding pattern, right?
Yes.
Balance sheet is one point, but even shareholding pattern they can provide. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you are taking Sekharji. Next question. Saurabh Majali. Shall I take it or how it is?
Yeah, I'm taking.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to update the FATCA by REs for each new investment done by client? See, basically, it is maintained at the customer level and not at each investment level. So as long as KYC is done and FATCA information is uploaded, it should be possible to be used for all his investments, and there is no need for taking on each investments. However, showing the details of KYC record to the customer, and if any modification is required to be done in any part of his KYC information, it could be address, it could be contact details, or FATCA information, anything undergoing a change, a modification will be required. Otherwise, there is no need for new FATCA information to be obtained on each investment. Hope this clarifies.
So हर्षदा is asking, डिमाइस जो हो चुका है वो कैसे पता चलेगा? So actually, for Harshada, this question can be answered. I have answered partially with respect to demise, that we scrutinize, we check the documents. However, if the broker is mapped, I mean the broker has already either uploaded or downloaded that KYC record. So that broker receives the update from KRAs either through email or through unsolicited download. Unsolicited download is changing of the status from KYC registered or KYC validated to deactivated. So whenever daily you see that some PAN for which you had downloaded that PAN and it is mapped to you has got deactivated due to demise, that time you can check, आपको पता चल जाएगा कि इनका डेथ हो चुका है वो पैन होल्डर का. Second is, some KRAs also provide the email notification that this PAN is deactivated due to demise. That is second. Third, even the exchanges and depositories are provided with such list. So as a broker or as a depository participant, you will be definitely aware what kind of action do stock exchanges or depository take on such intimation of deactivation of PAN due to death of the KYC holder. So I need not explain you that. But as far as KRAs is concerned, these are the two actions, or rather the two updates you will receive on a daily basis from KRAs with respect to the PANs which are deactivated due to demise and mapped to your particular ID, whatever you are having. Can I take next question, or Santosh, you would like to take? WSFSL.
I will take that. I will take that.
Okay, okay.
Here, question is my client is a client of some other broking house also. If we didn't get information of client demise and other broker has got information, so they reported to KRA. When depository will inform us what action we have to take. I understand the question like once the demise has updated in KRA and KRA updated to entities. Okay. So in that scenario, once you got the confirmation from KRA or the depository, you have to first take a due diligence, like you take a confirmation from client, or you just confirm with that their relative or something, whatever contact number you have with your system. And based on that only, we go ahead for the demise and deactivation of the account or stop trading. Okay. All the calls you have to take once you due diligence all this thing. Anyone add something in here?
No, no. Actually, yeah. One thing only, that when depository will inform us. So, frankly speaking, KRAs are not aware how the depository is informed to the depository participants. So, KRAs, they inform to all the intermediaries through email or through unsolicited downloads. Definitely, you can take it up with depository that when what is the SOP at their end to inform you on the death cases. But definitely all KRAs inform to both depositories and all 5 stock exchanges on a daily basis on the demise cases. So that is what we can comment on. But when depository will inform you, really we are wrong people to answer this question, because we don't know when depository will be informing you on that or what action they take. Right, संतोष? Because depository के बारे में हम कैसे बताएंगे? संतोष शेखर जी.
Sorry, Prashant.
This question is something from Mr. Rupesh Sharma. If we upload original and notarized death certificate, then why KRA asks for IPV on that? Now see, IPV is in-person verification. जिस आदमी का डेथ हो गया है, उसका IPV क्या करोगे आप? So I don't think such requirement is from any of the KRA of any IPV, right?
Yeah.
All team
If at all it
members
is
can.
made, it is wrong.
हाँ,
Exactly. No, we are not asking for the IPV. We are asking for the
None of the
OSD.
KRAs, none of the KRAs look for a IPV on a original or notarized death certificate.
Correct.
Here we are
Original scene,
asking
that will be OSV. OSV
yeah,
will be when
OSV.
the
We are
copy
asking
is
for the
provided.
OSV. Yeah.
No,
correct.
but then when the original is provided, Santosh, or a notarized copy is provided, तो original seen and verified stamp का भी जरूरत नहीं है ना, IPV भी तो है ही नहीं. But even OSV will not be the requirement.
No, sir. Here we specifically mention in the circular key whatever document they are sharing with us. Okay. If they getting the original copy, in that scenario, OSV stamps is mandatory. Okay. And second scenario is whatever certificate they has received, they has to validate it with the government official site. So both the requirement is met.
Santosh sir, in this case, what I understand from Mr. Rupesh's question is, if I'm giving the original or a notarized, that is a copy of a death certificate notarized saying that this is the true and original, why should I give a IPV? In such a scenario, the IPV requirement may not be a requirement, because none of the KRAs are looking at an IPV on an original death certificate or a notarized certificate attesting that it is true and original. In
There's
case
no IPV requirement is there, only OSV, original seen verified.
original scene verified is subjective to the original is being showed in the front offices and a copy of the same is being also produced for our requirement in consumption of demise requirement. In such a case, OSV would be a required seal that needs to be provided.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can take Patricia next question. Patricia, you can take next question.
Next question, Mr. Chandan.
Lakshmi Prakash from Geojit Investment.
Yeah.
One of the requirement of demise intimation from the RE to the KRA, as mentioned in today's presentation, is the inclusion of the notifier POA type and the number. Could you please provide further clarification on this requirement as to why this is needed? So basically, Lakshmi, if you see the document required for a notifier is in terms of a claimant. The notifier can also be a claimant in terms of a transmission request or a demise request. From the KRA perspective, why do we take the information of a notifier is in order to ensure that the notifier is a due diligent person who is giving the information in terms of a demise personality. So the notifier information such as his proof of identity, proof of address, and his contact details is much required for us to have the same information cascaded to the RTA and the other SRIs in terms of them to ensure that this particular person is demised. The notifier is the some type of relative or some type of intimation person in terms of the word notifier is being giving this information. Hence, these informations are mandatory and required for the purpose of storage and for the purpose of cascading to all people that this demise person has expired and the notifier is in responsibility of that demise person information. Anything can be added from the seniors.
That should be fine here. I think I will take one different question because we have a lot of question on demise, but there is one question from Lakshmi Devata CP. Okay, so this is a very relevant question that Lakshmi is asking whether KYC validation is mandatory for trading account activation or KYC registered status is sufficient. So this question is something which is very important for all the participants. Basically, this can be tackled in three parts. One is if you are onboarding a new client for a broking account, so definitely you can onboard the client only when the status is validated. That is one. If the client is already with you as on 31st May 2024 and the status is KYC registered, no problem. Now, third, I am putting it that if there is a new client whose details are not in KRA, even if you upload the KYC registration to any KRA and that KYC is in process, you can onboard the client and start his trading because this is as per SEBI circular dated October 12th, 2023, which states that brokers should not cause inconvenience to the clients. They should allow them trading and do not wait for the KRAs to process the request. So that's why I answered it in three parts. Where validated status is required or where you can go with registered. You can take anybody can take Sandeep Kumar question, please, on balance sheet shareholding pattern. Just below this question. Colette, you want to take any question? Colette or Fanindra, any question on this? You want to answer? Because demise, there are a lot of repetitive questions.
I would like to take Mr. Sandeep's question. So,
Yeah,
Mr.
please.
Sandeep's
Yes, please.
question here is, we will request the balance sheet for balance sheet and shareholding pattern from all legacy clients via email and SMS. However, if they do not submit the document within a given timelines, do REs need to take any further action, or will maintaining? Sorry, I missed the question.
Patricia, so as a regulated entity, are they required to take any further action, or maintaining the communication with the corporate client is sufficient for compliance? That's
So
what he is
not
asking.
only, yeah, not only the log needs to be maintained, but however, from the legacy perspective, if the company is incorporated and they are providing the balance sheet for executing a KYC, from there on, if there is a possibility for them to provide the legacy as per the SEBI regulations with the specific timelines, the same has to be provided. Okay. So now the system provisions have been started being developed in terms of all KRAs for us to also have the legacy data being submitted and updated in the system book of records. So in future, in terms of the logs being alone maintained just for communication purpose, can hold good for your audit perspective, but however, we would suggest to have the corporate being submitted in terms of balance sheet and shareholding pattern if there is any changes to it. Any added points can be added.
Yeah, I will take this next question from anonymous attendee. He says that MCX and CDSL share the demise list they issue on a daily basis. It would be beneficial if KRS could also provide a similar option allowing SRIs to download the list for their reference. Now here, downloading the list, there is already option of unsolicited feeds. So unsolicited feeds you will receive from any KRA where you are registered with for all the PANs where there are changes. So wherever there is a change from registered to validated, or probably there is a change in address, there is a change in status from validated to deactivated due to demise. So definitely all KRAs are already providing it. And you have mentioned that only MCX and CDSL provide you. So probably you may take up with other exchanges if you want that they should also provide. But we are providing as a part of unsolicited feed or by email. Yeah,
There is
again, I
one
think,
question.
yeah.
Yeah, there is one question asking, sir, dotex में validate कैसे करना होता है? So the validation process across KRA is the same. So wherever the proof is submitted as Aadhaar, there the status will appear as KYC validated. So anything?
I think Colette, he is asking for something different. Okay. Validation, it means what ki, if anybody has a KYC register status, okay, and now they are submitting the Aadhaar, matlab, he is earlier submitting the Aadhaar, and they has to make KYC validated using the Aadhaar validation. So I think that's the question.
So we have a
जैसे कि
validation link also.
no. Validation link, you have the validation link, no?
Yes, yes. So
Okay,
the
okay.
investors can access the link and get the records validated.
Okay.
Hello. Sir, there is a question. There is a person who want to ask a query live. So let me just allow him to unmute.
See, basically, there are many questions here which are pertaining to, demise, and more or less those are handled. And UBO or balance sheet or shareholding pattern, these questions definitely will get. There are questions which are already answered, but definitely when we come up with a circular shortly, maybe in next 1 week, so that time these would get answered. So definitely you can move to few questions who are like asking. Live, orally.
Okay, so
Yes.
let me just
Should that be fine? Should that be fine? All other team members from KRA, because all other questions I am going, they are more or less related to demise.
Yeah, looks fine.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Santosh, you may ask your query after unmuting your mic, please. Mr. Santosh, please ask your query.
Yeah.
No, Santosh, I think Santosh is from the audience.
Audience, yes, from
Okay.
audience we have Mr. Santosh Yelonde. He may ask his query, please.
Mr. Santosh Yellande, you are on mute. Now you are unmuted. You can go ahead.
Santosh ji? Hello, Santosh ji? I think he is having some technical issue. So, members, you may raise your virtual hand and ask a query directly if you have any particular query related to the topic, please. Okay, so another question we have from Mr. Ved Prakash. You may unmute your mic, please. Mr. Ved?
Yeah, Mr. Ved is not audible. Mr. Ved, please check and make yourself audible.
Meanwhile, we have another participant, Miss Anjaya.
Yeah,
Yes,
Anjay here.
Yeah.
Hello. So I have one very generic query. Whenever we send the modification request specifically to the .x KRA, the current status is not reflected on Civil KRA's website. So we have registration with Civil KRA. So we send the request to Civil KRA's IOP. So the status is not reflected on the Civil KRA. The old KRA status is reflected, like the old validation status. Let's say for 2023, 2000, like that. For other KRAs, whenever we send the request, the current status is reflected, the current date and time. So just want to check, is there any issue? Because we face a lot of issues with specifically with .x KRA. And it takes a lot of time also to get it validated. And whenever we drop an email, the response time is also very low compared to other KRAs.
Colette, you would like to answer?
So the current status should be visible onto the any KRAs wherever you are querying it.
No, for .x, we are not able to view, but for other KRAs like CAMS, CARVI, Civil, NDML, the
The
current
mod.
status is visible on the Civil KRA's website.
Okay, but then on if you check the status on .x, it is not visible. You mean to say?
No, we check the status on Civil KRA. Like
Okay.
we have registration with Civil. So
Okay.
the current status is not reflected.
That means
Only
if the
for
record
.x
is under process or something like that, that is
No,
not visible.
nothing is reflected. Like the old status, whatever the old status was there, only that is visible. And it doesn't also mention, and we are confused whether the request has been sent or not. Because at our end, because we send all the requests to APIs, at our end, it shows the push to KRA. But when we go and check over there on the Civil KRA's website, there is no update. It creates lots of confusion and
This status not being reflected when it has been fetched or when the inquiry is being done from .x.
yeah, through API. We do all the requests through API. So for other KRAs, it's reflected
Because
within
on our
seconds.
website we show the under process status and all that. You are querying through CVL, so I'll just ask Santosh to take this up.
Yeah, sure. Not an issue because we are able to view for other KRAs. So for this also, like it would be quite easy for us.
Santosh. So we'll look into this and maybe get back to you. I guess Santosh has dropped off the call.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe next time, whenever
Also,
you're trying to just check the status, it is advisable if you could just check on .x
yeah, no
inquiry page
worries.
also.
We will
Yeah?
try that as well. And one
Okay.
other query is there, like whenever the account is kept on hold, this is for like all the KRAs. Whenever the status like KRA is on hold, so just want to check for how many days the status remains on hold. Because we keep on sending the request, but due to the old HOLD, old status, the new request doesn't get pushed.
The hold could be mostly from the angle of the user has given some input which is either not complete or it is kind of document is not okay or something like that. So
Yes.
in that case, unless that correction is happening from the user end through a modification process, hold will not get cleared. While in progress is the status where KRAs are working on.
Yeah, in
Hold is a
progress,
status where
that's not an issue.
customer and SRI has some work on that.
Okay. So,
No, no, Anjaya, actually, see, you are mentioning that there is a KYC record, okay, which is on hold, and
yeah,
you are unable to upload a modification request on a record which is on hold. So, see, basically, this is the question, right?
yes, because what happens, like
Huh.
if the let's say the KRS kept on hold due to like mobile not
Any
verified.
other reason? Any reason?
Yeah,
Okay.
any reason,
Huh.
let's say very
Huh.
basic example, mobile not validated. So
Okay.
to initiate a redo case for mobile, the user completes the mobile OTP process, and again it pushed to API to the civil KRA due to the
Correct, correct, correct.
old
You can push
status.
through any KRA. That is
Yeah,
not a problem.
yeah.
Huh.
Due to the
Huh.
old
Huh.
status, the new like modification doesn't get pushed, and it keeps on failing continuously. And when we drop the email to the civil KRA, so they
Huh.
say like you have to wait for T plus 5 days, then the status will be resumed.
No,
The
no, 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 no,
status
no,
will
no.
be
See,
resumed.
any request on hold, there is a instant modification request enabled by all KRAs. As Sekharji mentioned, that whenever the modification request is under process, then you cannot upload a next modification.
Yeah,
But
but
now
we are
there is
facing this
already
issue
a
for
modification on
on
hold.
hold as well.
Correct. So, Santosh, you would like to clarify on this on hold thing?
So just I will add one thing, maybe
Yeah, yeah,
alternate
yeah.
can take. See, the thing is when a record is on hold and there is a modification that has been presented, which is in progress, which is yet to be completed. During that time, another modification cannot be presented. So the information what CVL must have given is after 5 days, automatically that modification in progress will get rejected. After that, you will be in a position to. So if the modification in progress is not getting completed, normally all KRAs work with the timeline of in 2 days, we are trying to close it. By any chance, if any modification is not completed, it is continuing to be in progress. After 5 days, it will get rejected automatically, post which a new modification can be presented. Maybe Santosh
Yeah,
can add
if
something
it
else.
Correct.
gets rejected, then well and good. But in most of the cases, the status remain as it is on hold. So for that, we have to make a lot of follow-up with the KRA, and KRA also says like directly we cannot delete, move the status to the rejected state. So if it's
No, yes,
rejected,
Santosh, here
then
you're talking about fresh KYC or modification?
modification. If the status is rejected, then we are able to push new, like a new modification request. But when the status is on hold, we face a lot of
But
difficulties.
any no one KRA has kept the modification in hold, matlab, more than 2 days.
Yeah, more than 2 days. Like in few cases, it's more than 2 days. And in some cases, like we have to go for manual modification again. The API doesn't work due to this
No, no,
old thing.
that of verification is T+2. Okay.
Yes.
So if the KYC is not verified, else we are keeping the hold or rejected. Okay. But more than 2 days, we are not keeping any cases for hold or something.
Yeah, but in few cases we can see like the
So
tax
if you
gets
have some
extended.
cases, you share the list of PAN with the respective KRA. They will check and come back to you. No?
Yeah, sure.
They,
I I saw one question asking when the KRAs will start uploading to CKYC. See, we are yet to get provisioning for KRAs to upload in CKYC. Um, we do not have any specific timeline announced for that so far. We are waiting for inputs from CKYC on enabling KRAs to upload. I believe they are waiting for some kind of circular or something like that. Looks like it may get delayed.
Okay, we have a question. There is a raised hand. There is a device LGT0394. You may unmute your mic and ask a query, please.
हेलो
Yes, sir.
हेलो सच केसेस जो मॉडिफिकेशन होता है, जिनका ओल्ड मॉडिफिकेशन का डॉक्यूमेंट जो है, मोस्ट ऑफ कैम्स कैरे का जो केसेस है वो सीवीएल कैरे पोर्टल पर उसका जो ओल्ड डॉक्यूमेंट जो है वो शो नहीं हो पाते.
ओल्ड डॉक्यूमेंट शो नहीं होते इसका मतलब मेरे को समझा नहीं. मतलब
जो अगर किसी केवाईसी का पहले मॉडिफिकेशन हुआ रहेगा तो उसके जो ओल्ड डॉक्यूमेंट जो रहते हैं वो आई थिंक शो नहीं हो पाते. मोस्ट ऑफ कैम्स कैरे के जो है,
इट मींस आपने रिकॉर्ड फेच कर दिया. रिकॉर्ड फेच करने के बाद आपने मॉडिफिकेशन कर दिया, बट आपको पुराना डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं मिल रहा है, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं
हाँ
आप, जो आपने फेच
हाँ
किया वो.
हाँ हाँ
नहीं नहीं, तो संतोष, आई थिंक दिस इज परटेनिंग टू कैम्स KRA कि फॉर कैम्स KRA LGT 0394G आपको खाली
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ.
डॉक्यूमेंट मिलता है.
कैन यू आंसर ऑन दिस?
या either latest documents are provided by CAMS or only or all documents are provided, because he is saying that he doesn't see all the documents of earlier modification, right, Sarji? 0394. हाँ, बराबर है. Shekhar ji, you can answer to this.
We will look into this point. We will come back to you shortly on that.
Because the question is that one entity has make a modification using the IOP. Okay.
I understood. That is historical modification documents is not visible is the point.
Historical modification or
Sorry.
Fresh KYC document they are not getting.
All old documents. That is what I believe.
Yeah.
Not just fresh. Fresh and other older documents, whichever modification might have happened is not coming is what he has mentioned. I understood it. Let me check and get back on this point. I had not seem to have received such a complaint in the past, but we'll check on that.
Mr. Andy, you may ask your question. You may unmute your mic.
What is the answer on this? So please send the mail to CAMS. Okay, so they will check and revert to you. आप उनको मेल डाल दीजिए तो आपको रिप्लाई दे देंगे CAMS.
Yeah.
Okay, any other question?
There's a question on Mohammad Irshad. Can client do Aadhaar validation even if the address on Aadhaar is not matching with the address updated on KRA? As we are a client who is not able to proceed with the Aadhaar validation because of address mismatch. Yes, correct. Na? Whatever address available on the Aadhaar or e-Aadhaar copy, whatever updated on the Aadhaar, that same address should be printed on the application form. Then only we can validate the record. Still we are taking this threshold of 85% address, but there also that address of not matching, we keep the case as a address mismatch. Holding pattern description.
Any other verbal questions, Yunus?
No raised hands here, and I think
Okay.
questions are answered in the chat box also.
Yeah. So we'll take some other different question.
Okay, we have another participant, Miss Bhumika. You may ask your query. Hello, Bhumika ji.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Bhumika this side from TradeSmart. So, the query is not related to Demise, but it is a general query from KRAs. We wish to register with multiple KRAs, and we wanted to know if there are any consequences or compliance requirements applicable if we wish to register with multiple KRAs, or any other points that we should point out.
No, Bhumika, actually, each of the KRAs have a standard onboarding process with a form and TNC document and the supporting documents to be provided. So if you are registered with KRA 1 and you want to register with KRA 2 to 5, you can always do it. But only thing is you may have to submit the documents to these KRAs and they will allocate a MIID or a postcode to you, and you can get registered with all KRAs. There is no nothing stops you from registering with all KRAs. That is one. Second is with respect to compliance. Now, compliance is something wherein the KRA regulations 2011 come into play, wherein as a SEBI registered intermediary, you have to comply with that with respect to upload and modify the KYC. So, which you can do with any of the KRAs. Either you do for that specific fan with the specific KRA or you do through interoperability. There is purely a choice left to the SEBI registered intermediaries. So does that answer your question, Bhumika, or it
Uh,
doesn't?
Yes, it does. So, one query following this is that if we wish to register with multiple KRS, and if, for example, if we are registered, we need to do the upload with only one KRA, right? And that too with our choice.
No, you can do upload to all the KRAs also.
No,
What
what is the
stops you from
minimum
doing it?
requirement I'm asking?
No, no, no. There is no requirement. You can upload with one. You can upload with all five. That is, it's a free market. So basically, nothing stops you from uploading to all five or uploading through one, uploading through two, whatever. I mean that is something which you can decide and act. There is no limitation or there is nothing from SEBI or the KRAs on this.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Mr. Sandeep Kumar, you may ask your question. Hello. Sandeep ji, you may ask your query, please.
I think looks like Sandeep ji has some technical issue.
Mr. Amit, you may ask your query.
Good evening, sir. I'm having a question to CAMS KRA. See, basically, whenever any rejection is there or any case will be on hold, and if we received any kind of modification, so we have an observation. Most of time, we would not able to raise the modification for 10, 10, 15 days. So, and we have ensured lots of communication with the camps. So, is there any solution on that?
Was it a case where another modification was in progress? Even that will get cleared. See, if
No,
we
that I
have
understood,
received.
sir. I understood. If already someone has raised the modification, then we need to give some time to that. But we have seen that no modification has raised, and the current status of KRA is under hold. So ideally, and that client is coming to me, and as a fresh data, if I want to modify that details, that intermediary should enable that stuff, right? But we have seen lots of cases like that. So we need to, camps need to look into it, sir.
I hope that as an intermediary, you had fetched that data and you are trying to do the modification. Is that correct?
Right, sir. Right. You're absolutely right.
Should not be a problem. You can send some sample input or forward.
Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely send you across and see. And I mean, that was experience for last 6 to 8 months back. Uh, the response to the email was very low. So I don't know currently because we haven't seen lots of cases for camps, but 6 to 8 months back, the issue was there. So we faced that.
Okay,
I
send
hope
the
I hope
input.
it was resolved now. See, because any intermediary want to, they are writing to KRA, so that query has to be, at least entertained, or some kind of reward has to be received to that intermediary, right? Because we are also dependent on your status. Until that, we are not allowing any trade to the clients, no, in
Yeah,
such scenario.
understood.
Yeah.
Normally we ensure there is a timely reply to queries, and even if there is an immediate reply is taking time, we will do an interim reply and follow it up with a closure.
Yeah, 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 sir.
We'll definitely look into that, sir. Send the
Yeah,
detail.
yeah,
You can send to
yeah.
compliance officer at camskra.com. We will look
Thank you
into it.
very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, any other question, members?
Maybe the chat questions along with the responses given today may be sent to the speakers. If any open points are there, we can also review and get back on that.
Sure, sir. Mr. Kuverji, you may ask your query. Kuverji, please unmute your mic and you may ask a question. Mr. Amit, You may ask a query.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to have one question to all the intermediary. There was one circular which was provided by SEBI. Going ahead, all the intermediary need to undertake the process of CKYC. So data need as an intermediary, we are not supposed to upload the details on CKYC. That stuff will be managed by KRA itself. So post that circular, I think there is no further circular and no discussion has happened. Is there any progress on that?
Sir, I did answer this point a little while back. While if quite a few meetings had happened amongst SEBI, KRAs, and other entities involved in this process along with CKYC. So,
Okay.
as of now, CKYC is not having a provision for allowing KRAs to submit records on behalf of intermediaries. So that
Okay.
provisioning is a missing element in this process. So CERSAI wanted, the CKYC entity wanted to have this corrected through an appropriate ministry instruction or circular with respect to this. They are waiting for that, and once that happens, they will start working on the integration aspects, and then we will be communicating further on this. So all KRAs for this purpose, after discussing with SEBI, had provided a circular to SRIs stating that the intermediaries need to continue to upload CKYC till further instructions, as we are ready to do the integration with the CERSAI. Okay.
As per your answer, we understood that currently they are not the system is not in place, right?
That is
And secondly, I just wanted to know, is there any time period?
No, sir. As of now, we could not get any time period because they are also waiting for ministry input. We exactly are not involved in the
Okay,
process of follow up also. So
right,
we
sir.
are waiting for the input, sir.
ठीक है. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Maloji Shinde, you may ask your query.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, while updating demise cases in CAMS KRA, uh, whenever we update demise cases in CAMS KRA and the request is submitted for verification, after verification, if the client is deactivated on the agency, only second status, which is the modification status, is changed to deactivated, while the first status is always registered or validated. Why is it not changed in the first place itself? And you have to send a separate mail for this. After the mail is sent, the agency changes it to deactivated.
Um, that should not be the case. If we have done it, we are definitely wrong. We'll review what has happened in the past, and we will also ensure that this will not happen in future, sir.
Okay. There's one more question I have regarding the CAMS agency only, which is if we are modifying email and mobile for the client, the CAMS agency requires us to submit the supporting documents for the clients, whereas other agencies like CVL and NDML, they or Dotex for that case, do not ask for supporting documents while changing email and mobile.
If there is unquestionable identity verification is possible in that change, we also definitely do. But there are we have reviewed and discussed amongst KRs. There are some variations in this particular process. What you have mentioned, we will try to come out with a circular in this regard and ensure equating with all KRAs as soon as possible, sir. But it may take a month or so, but we are working on towards that.
Okay. Also, there's one more question I have. One last question is, for example, if we are raising a D-Link request of other KRAs through CBL and NDML, so if the D-Link cases are actually D-Linked, how will we know if they are D-Link or not? Is there a solution for this? If you are raising other KRA requests to CBL and NDML,
Okay, I personally was
No,
not.
no, Maloji, actually interoperability D-Link feature is uh, how you are raising the D-Link through CVL or NDML?
no, we are not doing it. But is there a solution how
Okay,
we can
in
raise?
future you are saying, okay, okay. No, so in that case, what you can do is, what I suggest is whatever other KRA files you want to delink, you can send us a Excel file if you are doing through NDML with the name of the KRA with which it is held, and we'll share it with the other KRA CAMS, RV, or NSC or CVL. The same thing you can do with CVL also. Isn't it, संतोष? अभी तो ऑफलाइन ही करना पड़ेगा ना संतोष. Other KRA pens. So that's what I informed to Maloji. ठीक है, I think संतोष may not be. संतोष.
Yeah, sorry. क्या
Actually
बोल रहे
Maloji is saying interoperability dealing फिलहाल कैसे करना है, तो I told him please share us a list of pens either with NDML or CVL, and then we will share with other KRAs what to do. वो तो हम कर ही देंगे, and then we'll send them for delinking because of IOP in process not in dealing, right?
Yeah, we should follow that.
या वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा मनोज जी आपको. आप भेज दीजिए किसी
ठीक
को
है
भी.
चलेगा.
ओनली मेंशन द नेम ऑफ द
No
केयर.
problem.
इतना ही रिक्वेस्ट है.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Nitila ji, you may ask your query.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, my query is if the initial status is registered incomplete, should we mandatorily update demise in KRA?
Initial stage.
Sorry.
Yeah, Bhajan ji.
संतोष, go ahead. I didn't get the question. ठीक है. You please.
To what initial stage means? I'm not understand.
KRA status is registered incomplete, and then we get a demise request.
Get the demise request.
Yeah, but the status of the KRA is registered incomplete.
It's the incomplete. In that case, also you can make the modification for
Because there are
demise
lots of fields which are
KYC,
incomplete in
device
KRA.
modification.
So,
Because
yeah,
earlier
but
KYC is prior to 2012 is the demat account KYC. Okay. But now if you are getting the demise request, you can easily process to the modification.
okay. Another question is PAN is not seeded with Aadhaar because it is not mandatory for account opening, but the KRA status is registered in such cases. Can we allow these clients to trade?
नहीं कैसे है ना कि if you're making मतलब existing KYC as a register available on the any KRA, okay, and now same client come with you for the new account opening. In that scenario, you have to do the re-KYC for the particular client.
Yeah,
After that also the KYC. Sorry?
We do the re-KYC, but in our case, PAN is not seeded with Aadhaar. Hence, the
in case of
client
KYC, in
status
case
is
of
not.
KYC, correct. I understand. But in case of KYC register, you can't open the account based on the KYC register status as per the SEBI guidelines. So in that scenario,
I think
you have
there
to
is
make a
a small
re-KYC.
variation in the question. So with registered KYC, multiple re-KYCs being done by individual intermediary and still it is continuing as registered is a good case for being opened with accounts with multiple SRIs. That is not an issue.
Correct.
Only
So
thing is
Nitila, yeah.
every new entity who is not having the relationship has to do the re-KYC. That is the only difference.
Yeah, so we do the
Shekharji, that
re-KYC.
Nithila's
We
question is that he has a new client.
no, we do the
Nitila, one
re-KYC.
question. What question I got is there is one client whose PAN is in registered status. Maybe for
Correct.
any reason. PAN is
Correct.
not linked with Aadhaar, he has not provided his mobile, whatever reason it is.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the reason aside. Now that client approaches you, he is a new client for GeoG, right?
Correct. Mm.
Now you want to onboard the client. First and foremost is you need to upload a KYC modification.
Correct.
Now that KYC modification request, you confirm that you are already uploading, right?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
that KYC modification moves to registered or validated. These are the two conditions, right?
Correct.
If it
Yes.
gets on hold again or rejected, there is a problem,
Correct.
right? So if
Correct.
that KYC request modification goes
So
to
until that
again
KYC
registered or
is
validated,
not
you can
registered or
onboard the
validated,
client.
you can't
Now
open
you
it.
can onboard the client. Nothing stops you. We have amply made it clear in the circular. There is no need for the record to go to validated to make you onboard that investor. As long as you have done the due diligence and compliance of filing a modification of that client, that is re-KYC, what Sekharji mentioned, and it moves to registered, that is fine, perfectly fine.
And the client can trade,
Yes, of course the client can trade.
but in mutual fund, no, it is a problem for us. For mutual fund, initial and
Okay,
modification status
okay,
needs to be validated. But we have
okay.
clients who are in registered status only because of PAN Aadhaar seeding pending.
Correct,
Even
correct.
in
It can
mutual
be for
fund,
any reason. You are right. But for mutual fund, if they are stopping, then this is not as per the SEBI norms. Not at all.
even in mutual fund, if you had
No.
processed through, say, for example, HDFC mutual fund, and next time you want to process for ICICI mutual fund, one more re-KYC done through ICICI mutual fund is good enough.
Correct,
That
correct.
also we
But
can
then
do.
she is saying, Sekharji, mutual funds do not allow to invest if it is not validated. So that's a problem because
That is not the case because if that is the scenario, I would have received tens of thousands of complaints.
no, then
Yeah, that
Nitila,
is the
if
case.
this is the case, then basically have you written to any of the mutual fund RTAs on this?
Mutual fund, I think the team has already reported and they say both the status needs to be validated. But from our team, it is since PAN and other seeding was not mandatory after a point, we are opening
Correct.
accounts without that
No,
being
no, trading
mandatory.
account, demat account, there is no problem. Even for mutual fund investment, it's not a problem. If you are facing a problem from mutual funds that they are not allowing investment for somebody for whom you have done re-KYC and the status has become KYC registered for that modification request also, then you need to take this up strongly with the mutual funds or you report to us then whatever it is because see this is against the SEBI master circular
Understood, understood.
or KRA circulars. Yes.
Got it, got it.
Nithila,
And one last question.
Ni-
Sorry.
Nithila,
Yes, please.
until that KYC is not validated, okay,
Ah,
for
ah,
every mutual fund, they have to make a re-KYC.
that is okay. That will do. So one last question. We have digitally onboarded accounts wherein client e-signs, but still we are getting rejections for the wet signature is not matching with what is present in KRA. For online account opening, we do not have to check the wet signature because it is e-sign document. But for example, CAMS is rejecting, telling that the wet signature is not matching as per what is present in KRA. Is there a mandatory check like that? Because we've got a lot of rejections from CAMS.
Oh, Sekharji, you would like to answer this?
See, basically, wet signature should not be presented at all in the case of e-signed document. So there is absolutely no need to either
No,
paste
Sekharji, it's a
old.
requirement from SEBI. It's a requirement from SEBI. So whenever they onboard any client, the client
No,
has
no.
to
Not in
ink signature
onboarding.
has to be.
Not in
In
onboarding.
the KYC form, you are saying.
In the modification, you are obtaining a wet signature, and that is different. That is definitely a headache. So do not obtain any wet signature in a modification which is presented as a e-signed document.
Sir, I think CVL format has mandated wet signature to be pasted on the e-signed PDF.
Okay, point noted. We will discuss amongst KRAs and will
Yes.
a clarification on this.
So one more question is that in case of NDML, for some cases, initial status is getting modified. When we raise modification, initial status was earlier validated, but it is getting changed to registered.
Okay. So that is the status you are saying it is getting downgraded. Is it because that the modification is filed with something which is non-Aadhaar?
Aadhaar also. In case of
No,
Aadhaar, but the
non-Aadhaar means I'm just saying even the Aadhaar which is scanned, okay, and
correct.
which cannot where the QR code is not getting scanned, for that it is getting downgraded, or if you provide a DigiLocker XML and still it is getting downgraded. What it is?
No. My query is not that. There was a KYC status, and then we did a modification to that. The KYC status was
I
earlier
got your
validated.
question, Nitila. I got your question. See, earlier a KYC record is validated.
Correct.
I am asking whether you filed a modification with a XML file or without a XML file.
With the
I am
XML
asking on
file.
that.
With an
With the
XML.
XML file, still it is getting changed to registered, right?
Yeah, not all cases, but we have lot of cases where it got changed.
Okay.
So what
So
happened
this
is we had
specifically,
yeah.
specifically, you please send. Still, there are any cases like this. So you are saying that modification is also filed with the DigiLocker XML. Still, the
Yes.
status is getting changed to registered. Am I right?
Yes.
The primary
Yes.
registration. Okay.
Yes.
So I will have it looked into such cases for NDML KRAs.
Yeah. So what our concern was we had allowed trading for that client, and then when the KYC status got changed, then we have to revert back the trading. So that was an issue for
No,
us.
trading, why you should revert? You have filed a modification, it is in the registered status. Why you are reverting the trading? That is not
Oh, it was
understood by
okay.
me.
Okay.
It is
Correct.
fine. As long as you have done re-KYC, you have the proof of doing re-KYC. Whether that re-KYC done is either in registered or is validated, doesn't matter to you. You should not stop
Understood.
trading.
Understood.
The same thing what we discussed in your first question answer. Okay,
Correct.
so
So
don't stop trading.
even
Please
without
don't do that.
Aadhaar, we do a re-KYC register.
Yeah. Any re-KYC you do, if it gets registered or validated, you should not stop trading.
Understood. Thank you.
Simple
Thank
as
you.
that.
Thank you.
Only if only when your re-KYC is getting rejected by any chance, there alone you may need to do that.
Stop the thing. Yes, correct.
Understood. Thank you. I'm done with the questions. Thank you.
Mr. Prashant, you may ask your question.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for allowing me. There is a one question from the death certificate actually. In case of photocopy of death certificate, if received for any case, and we need to do on a KRA update, and if it is a photocopy and the QR code is quite visible and we can verify this on online on a government website with the QR code, then still we need the original or notarized copy of the same. Is it like
No. Original or notarized copy is not a mandate. Okay. There is no requirement from any KRA to provide a original death certificate or a notarized death certificate. Now you are saying you have provided a photocopy, right? That photocopy may have a QR code, may not have a QR code. Let us keep it aside.
Correct.
Now
Correct.
that requirement is you have to put a stamp on it, original, seen and verified. That is something you can always put, Prashant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So original, seen and verified can be by two ways. One is
Mm.
either you look at really the original physical copy, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or you can see a notarized copy with that client which he may have submitted somewhere else. Or third is even double check you are done with also verifying it through the QR code scanning what the issuer of that death certificate is providing you the data, right? After you scan the QR code, you will get
Mm-hmm.
the details from the issuer,
Correct.
like
Correct. Yeah.
whoever
Will
it
be
is,
cross
any
verified. Yeah.
municipality, yeah, only municipal corporation or something. So
Mm-hmm.
the original seen and verified stamp should suffice. So there is no need for you to, and there is no mandate for you to provide any original death certificate. There is no mandate. We haven't mentioned in any of the circulars
Okay.
or
Okay.
any note.
Yeah, got it, got it. And another question regarding the modification part. If a client is updated, client is validated or registered on KRA, and if he wanted to change his email ID or mobile number, something like that, so still, do we need to complete a IPV process or and add supporting document for the same? Is it like that?
So see, this question I think earlier is answered partially that email and mobile partial updates are possible, and from CAMS KRA, I think they will be soon implementing this process. So
And
basically,
from
partial modification is possible for email mobile without providing any proof of address
प्रशांत
or
जी
something.
yes,
Haji.
yes,
प्रशांत जी
yes, Mulind.
हेलो
Hello.
हेलो
Ah, Santosh, we can hear out to you. Yeah, yeah.
हेलो
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
हेलो कैन यू हियर मी
Yes, 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 sir.
हेलो
Hello.
आवाज
Santosh, we are able to hear you. Yes. तो आई थिंक
तो आवाज आ ही नहीं रहा
इनको आवाज नहीं आ रहा है
मिस्टर कुरैशी
Yes, sir.
हेलो मिस्टर कुरैशी
Yes, sir. Tell me. Hello. Am I audible?
हेलो मिस्टर या
Yes, sir. Hello.
Mr. Kurushi, right now, can you take it on email or you can share? Hello.
Okay. So,
ठीक है
sir,
ठीक है यूनुस यू कैन टेक द क्वेश्चन सम एंड शेयर विद ऑल ऑफ अस तो इसको देखते हैं फिर बिकॉज़ आई
okay.
थिंक कुछ
So the
शेयर
questions which were written by the audience in the chat box, I have taken all the questions and sent it to the control team.
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट
If
ओके
there is any more questions and any queries are there, so the respected dignitaries can share the email IDs where members can reach out to the directly to the KRS regarding.
करेक्ट
But
shall we put it in the chat box
Yes, please.
okay
Hello, Prashantji.
हाँ जी
The remaining questions are going on email, or we can continue with the same.
yeah we have put we have put our email ID.
No, currently now on this
No,
webinar.
Yunus ji, you can explain to Mr. Prashant.
Yeah.
Yunus ji.
Okay, so sir, now further queries can be taken by email through all our members. Okay, so members will be reaching out to the respective email IDs which are shared by you in the chat box, and then you can connect with them directly and you can take it forward, sir. So for the noting of our members, we have an email ID from NSC KRA, that is DMELLOC@nsckra.com. And the other email ID from CAMS, we have compliance officer at camskra.com. sekhar.sekhar.tg@camsonline.com. Another email ID we are having from NDML is info.kra@ndml.in. So these are the few email IDs you can reach out to the KRAs and you may raise your queries. Now, with the permission of dignitaries, we conclude the session. First of all, we really appreciate the contribution by our dignitaries and their valuable insights given to the members. It's really helpful to our members, and we truly appreciate the participation of our members also. We are having over 100 attendees as of now also. So it was a great session. Thank you so much, everyone, especially our dignitaries. And we look forward to meeting everyone in our upcoming sessions. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, BSc Broker Forum and all the intermediaries officials who have attended this session and heard out to us, and we could also hear out to their questions. Thank you all of you.